What's up, you guys? Listen, it's clear. Skynet does not want me to be great. Y'all, I have went through 3 different phones. We've updated the system. We have gone to the Verizon store. We have only place it does not do this, I would say, is when we're on the main desk back in Texas. And what I can tell you is this is crazy. I don't know why my particular channel keeps getting booted. I'm just telling y'all, I think it's my particular channel gets booted off connection all the time for some reason. And I don't know why. But whatever questions y'all got, y'all might want to throw them in because they might boot us again. The key of what I was trying to say is we got 6 more weeks left in this year. And you have to decide where you want to go. Because what I was doing earlier this summer, and I was torturing myself, I was looking nonstop at like travel photos and people living in Thailand and people living in Vietnam, and it's so wonderful. And then I actually sat down and y'all know me. I literally will email people, call people, set up appointments and interviews and all this stuff. And what I've learned is a bunch of these people, they only making 2-3 grand a month. And that's why they stay overseas and they don't come back, because it only costs them $400 to live over there. You know, their apartment's $300. I mean, I think I already told y'all some of the stories of I've been seeing people's apartments. The apartment is like $300 and they ain't got no furniture in it overseas, right? And they're open and honest because they see a person like me, you know, doing these shows and talking, and it's, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. But get your questions in before they kick me off again so we can hit them up. Herbert Scott, it took you out on no doc loans. All right. What's up, everybody who came back? Hit the like button. Hit it quick before we get out of here. So, like, the no doc loans. What I was saying is the no doc loans, what ended up happening is so many people were applying for these no doc loans and kind of sliding through the gate, right? But it's a technique everybody can't use. And some people aren't sophisticated enough to use the technique. Now, what do I mean by that? There's all this information out here, and a lot of people are like learning about wholesaling. They're learning about creative financing, but they haven't done their due diligence on their side. They don't even have enough money to put in a deal by themselves if they had to. So this is the same thing that's going on with these no doc loans. People, the way they're handling things makes it look scammy. It makes it look like they never had an intention to pay the loan, or they were going to skip town on the loan. And so that's the problem with no doc loans. And that's why this Ultra FICO, everybody's so excited for it. But I feel bad that they're excited for the Ultra FICO because it's not going to help them. The average person in their bank, it's like somebody just said in the last one, old people don't leave money in their bank. They really don't. Old people take their money and keep it in their purse, keep it in their house. They really don't. Old people take their money and keep it in their purse, keep it in their house, keep it in their mattress. They keep it with them. I know old veterans, they you know, the police always want to watch out in small military towns because old veterans keep their money on them. They also carry guns too. But the key here is most people don't use their bank account like that. And this is what I mean. All these tricks and techniques and trades they're doing to get these credit cards and moving points around and basically just moving points around, the manufacturer spin, all these tricks are done. Because what happens is people are trying to figure out how to get 100,000 on one credit card, right? How can I get my credit card up to 100,000? What's going to happen with this Ultra FICO? They're going to see you only make 20, 25 a year, 25,000 a year. They're not going to give you these big balances anymore. That's going to nip a lot of that in the bud. A lot of stuff you're seeing right now is this is the technique a lot of people are using. Get your credit, your personal credit score up to 720, right? Parents will put them on as an AU, whatever. And that's an authorized user. And then their son or daughter, but I'm going to just say son for like sake of argument, goes and applies for all these business credit cards. Let me say that again. What is the utilization trap? Does anybody know what the utilization trap is in the audience? The utilization trap is what happens is people start getting these new credit cards on their personal side, start using them, and when they try to apply for a mortgage or a rental property or anything, they can't because their utilization is too high. Same thing is happening to a lot of these people with student loans. They try to go out and get a house and they're too much debt to income. They're only making $30K a year, but they got $100,000 in student loans. So if they find, that's why a lot of people, if they can find somebody to approve them for a mortgage, they it, because they realize that they won't have it. Like you add any time into the equation, they will not be approved because utilization trap. Now, on the flip side, what people do is they get their personal credit score up to 720. And I know so many of you are going to be like, but I don't want to mix. You're not mixing them. Not essentially. Unless you're sticking with Capital Ones and Spark cards, then you'll see that. But they go out and apply for all these business bank accounts and business lines of credit and business credit cards. Because what the bank is doing, what it's been doing before it started this Ultra FICO thing, is it's taking a peek at people's personal. Now people say, well, that's not against the law, Erica, because I didn't give them access to my personal credit. I didn't personal guarantee this credit card. There's something you forgot about. It's called the Patriot Act. Go look this up. I'm not making this up. Go on my FICO forums. Go everywhere. Don't just believe me. Research it for yourself. The Patriot Act says we need to make sure you're not a terrorist. So I need to personally guarantee, which they're not doing that on purpose. I need to personally look and see if you are an entity in America. And so what does that require? Your Social Security card, your Social Security number, right? So they were already nipping some of this technique foolishness in the bud. Now, are there still companies that do no-doc loans? Yes, they do. And they don't mind cashing you a check. But the interest rate might not be the best, might not be the prettiest, but they still out here. Another technique they're doing right now is deposits. If you have a business bank account, or you've been in business for more than 5 years, or like you're on the 5-year mark, people like me, I have banks offering me money just based off the deposits. They don't even know what my freaking, they don't even know what my score is, but they're offering me these mailers over and over again, blowing up my mailbox and my office mailbox with these like, are you looking for a mortgage? Are you looking for a mortgage? Because they're basing it off of the deposits. Now, many of you are going to say, well, Erica, how can they know the deposits of your bank? Again, big data. Big data is out there always combing and looking. So let's say I'm out here applying for loans and I put out, oh, I made, 6 figures. Well, big data says this person made big 6 figures, but they're not saying it out in public where everybody can find it. Just, it's in the air. Let's just put it that way. And what it does is it opens up the door for more people to try to send you money. So that's part of that question. That's part of that whole no-doc thing I'm trying to explain to y'all. That's why I'm keep trying to explain to y'all this Ultra FICO. Even if you're a person who's got a light 700, let's say you just got a credit card and a car, and you make all the payments on time, and you got these just 2 things in your credit report, and you make 1 late payment, or you just have a very low bank account, you don't keep no money in it, it might pull your score down to 690. Like you were 720, but now you're 690. Now what happens to you? Anytime you want to apply for furniture, housing, anything, those like apartments where you're moving with no money down, all these deals you could have got with really perfect credit, you're not getting them because you're at 690 now. Does that make sense? Or if you are getting them, instead of 10% interest, you're getting 12% interest. Or instead of something being 2% interest on a mortgage, you're getting a 4-5% mortgage. Does that make sense? Everybody follow, please put a 1 in the comments if that made sense, and hit the like button because you're here. It is on, it's on a roll today. Levon Dorsey, what do I think of credit unions? Again, there's 1,200 business banks and credit unions in the United States. When people tell me they got turned down at a bank, I ask them what it is. Bank of America. I almost want to throw up. I'm like, Bank of America doesn't like you. It doesn't like you. It doesn't want your business. It doesn't respect your business. There are hundreds and thousands of credit unions and banks out there that are great to work with. Now, what is the hiccup when it comes to credit unions? Sometimes you have to be a member of a particular club, or you have to live with a particular person, or you have to be a teacher. I mean, they all have their other rules. But credit unions are amazing. Definitely put the links in the comments, Ben the Bartender, if you can. If you lower the cost of everything, it's easy to ball. I mean, I'm telling you. They in Bali living like taking pictures. And I remember seeing this one dude's bag, and it literally had like camera, laptop, tripod, like 4 pairs of shorts, 2 pairs of jeans, and 2 button-up shirts. I was like, oh, hell no. You stink, bro. If you wear those shirts over and over, you stink. You need new clothes. And the reason I'm saying he stink is because he lives in a tropical country walking around with a long button-up long sleeve shirt and blue jeans. You're not going to stay fresh. I need to know how to convert this triplex into much more doors in 2019. Well, Miss Drake, you call me up for a consult and let's plan it out. Let's figure out how to get you more funding. You know, if you've got assets, you need to be able to get more funding, period. Let's figure it out. So many cards are pulling back rewards. Amex even put a rat department rewards abuse team. I'm sorry. So as I read that, I'm like, that's messed up. Listen, as much as I love the Ty Lopez thing, and I love the young guy opening the door for young people, when you message a lot of these people, like, what are your plans to do with the credit? They don't got no plans. Their plans are to just keep running around, manufacturing spend, going overseas, and then when you ask them, like, okay, well, you might want to get a rental before they cut your limits. You might want to do A, B, and C before they do, you know, like, and they don't even hear you on that. They're not hearing you. So do I recommend Charles Schwab? Not really. There's other banks in your area. Maybe he doesn't stink in foreign country. Bro, like, if you're living in a tropical, like, there's a couple I love. They're called Infinite Honeymoon. They're hilarious. And they're a black couple who, they literally got married and just have not been back to America. Like, they came back for a little bit, stayed at their parents' house. But they travel with 4 big suitcases. That's it. And like, the clothes they wear are always very tropical. Like, she was making me laugh because she was like, I pressed my hair before I left. But I know better because I'm going to Bali and it's a tropical country. That's why I'm like, if these guys out here, like, I was traveling and I'm just telling myself, I like using skip lag because it'll get me on a flight one way. Thing is, you can never check your bags, or, you know, the airlines will get you. Okay. Skynet might tell them, but I said that, but whatever. So I see these guys traveling with one bag, like they got their laptop in there. They got everything in this one bag and they got it on their backpack. And that's that whole backpack phenomenon. But that's what they're doing. They're using skip lag and all these technique sites where they'll get on a plane. They can't check any bags because they got to be able to just take it and go. And it cracks me up because I'm like, you can live that way. There's nothing wrong if you're 21 to 25 living that way. But when you start getting 30, 35, 40, like, even there's a guy I follow. He's Asian. I'm trying to think of his name. And he's a 39 to 40-year-old dude. And he has like 3 big luggages. And he's like, I have to tell y'all the truth. I'm not a minimalist. And he showed his 3 big luggages and people gave him all this crap for it. And the fact is, when you get older, you're not going to be, oh, I got one backpack and I'm going to be fine with my one backpack, my one pair of jeans, my one. No, like, people get crap. They get more stuff. So I appreciate the honesty because he literally did a whole video about he travels with 3 big giant bags. One's just his film equipment and laptop, and the others is these 2 things. And even he who makes, like, I think he makes like $9 grand a month. Like, even he's tight, right? Like, right now as I'm traveling, people are like, Erica, your apartment, you're paying for your apartment, and oh my God, it's a luxury apartment. Oh, I'm like, so what? Like, you need to be able to make a little bit more money. Like, I've told people, I think that told my apartment was like 1,000 some change, and their eyeballs are like, what? Austin's so expensive. I'm like, if you can't afford 1,000 some change, I don't know how you're gonna get a mortgage. I don't know how. I mean, there's some places in the Southeast where you can get $300, $400 mortgages for sure. But again, the thing is, you have to increase the income. And no matter how many times I want to talk about that, people are like, ugh, Erica, just tell me the tricks and some trickery I can do to do A, B, and C. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Minda Bartender. What business cards are easiest to get? I don't have the exact order, but I would say the American Express Delta Southwest one, that's the easiest. No, Delta Sky Miles is easiest. Sorry, I didn't mean that Southwest. Then your next one would be the Capital One Spark is really, really the easiest. It's the gold card, not the green or the blue, but the Capital Spark. It's like gold. It's like people with 550 credit be getting it. I don't know how. People with like 590s get it. Like, I think you have to have a 600 minimum score to get it, but I've seen some stories where people are getting it with less. And then after that one, I think it is the SPG. It's purple. I think they fall under Amex too, don't they? Marriott. But essentially, if you go on uscreditcardguide.com, that's the best. But if you were starting out, if you say, Erica, I've got like a 660 credit score, I'm working on it, and I got my business, I would say go with a Capital One Spark Gold card. But here's the problem with that one. It's going to report on your personal and your business account. Now, why is the only reason I say that's okay for this account is because if you're someone who's got like a 600, 660, you probably need some positive lines of reporting credit. You just do. You probably really do. And I'm just being honest. So be good with that card, but in 90 days you can call them and ask for a credit line increase and they'll give it to you. Because they're very known for giving people like $1,000, $2,000, like small amounts. Michael Watts, what are you trying to do with your bank? What are you trying to do with your bank? You don't have to do everything at one bank. Like if you need a second bank, get a second bank, but to do everything at one bank. That's my point, Roscoe. It's cheap. It's cheap for a place like Austin, and there's gonna be more opening up. Now I posted a place that was on sale for like $325,000, and it was a condo in the downtown part of Austin on a party street. Literally, look out the balcony window. There is a row of houses and partying, and people were like, "Oh my God, Erica, 325,000? That's terrible! My God!" Like people were literally messaging me how horrible the price was, and I go, "You've missed the point. If you're someone who works from home, you're in the middle of downtown. You don't have to drive anywhere. You can walk. You could scooter anywhere you want to go to." Instead of driving and paying fees every day trying to come down south. Do you know what I'm saying? To get my point? Like this condo, and then where the condo is located at, people rent out their rooms for $170 a night. Airbnb. Then let's say I want to rent it out during South by Southwest. I'm gonna charge people $350, $400 a night, and get it because all the local hotels are $500 a night. You see what I'm saying? So that's what tells you where people are financially. When people start talking out loud like, this is crazy. Like, I know people who will not pay more than $400 or $500 for rent. One, they can't afford to. And two, they don't even like, if they call someplace and it's more than $400, they're like, I'll just move further out. Well, you could have bought a house by the time you keep moving further out. But that tells you how broke people are. If people have to go all the way to Bali. And there's one beautiful young lady. She's very beautiful. I comment on her pictures. She has been over there for 3 years. And she was like, I need to leave Bali to grow. And at first, when I heard her say it, I was like, what? But she meant grow as a person. Like she had gotten comfortable. She had gotten comfortable being over there with like $500 rent. Or she has really cheap rent. Like she has a beautiful villa. But like really cheap rent. And posting pictures on Instagram and making money off Instagram posts and pictures. Like she was ready to do more and grow, because that's what ends up happening. All these people that you see on Instagram and living overseas, at some point they want a little bit more. So exactly. Fresh J. And Fresh J, I was getting ready to move into a 2-bedroom so I could have an office that's at the house. There's a Jewish bank in my area. I might open a bank account. I'm off the boot camp. Cool. Oh, okay. That's what you're saying. Are you going to be an officer? Because if you're an officer, they actually have particular loans. Exactly. Been a bartender. ATL. It used to be low-end apartment out there, 1,000, 100. Exactly. Manhattan. ATL will be like Manhattan in 5 to 10 years once they move poor blacks out. Dang. I know several people trying to buy condos right now downtown Atlanta, and they're like, they pushing people out. Closer to the action, no need for a car or a car note. Exactly, been the bartender. I'm telling you, like, where this place is at, I literally can go walk on Town Lake Trail every day. I can work from my apartment, just sit on my patio. I literally can, like, walk to anywhere, any music video. Like, when I talk about music events happening in Austin, Town Lake, if you walk this trail to go across the street, that's where all the every music video, every ACL, everything you think of, South by Southwest is all right there. All of it. And if you go further up on the floor of this condo place, they had a 3-bedroom that was like $800,000. I was like, oh, hell no. It ain't that great. You pay for convenience, yeah. Colorado Springs, yeah, I definitely want to go check out Colorado Springs because I don't remember it as a younger person. So, 400 is a mortgage for a 100K house. Facts. Downtown ATL is already a mini inlet. So you guys see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So if you got any other questions, throw them in the comment section while I'm on here. I just wanted to finish up. I hate when Skynet kicks me off, but I just wanted to make sure it was clear that that's the next. You guys really should be already planning for next year now. Well, whatever it is, if it's the auctions, if it's getting extra $500 to $1,000 a month, whatever it is, you really, really, really need to be planning now. Okay, exactly. Been the bartender. There was a place I was looking at, and all the houses when you first got there were like $220. But if you waited, the backside of the community was $280. And then when they finished, you know, Erica, just for advice, where do you bank? Michael Watts, I have over 15 bank accounts, so it ain't gonna help you. Knowing where I bank ain't gonna help you. Again, that's why I always go, this information is about you. Where I bank ain't gonna help you because I literally have 15 bank accounts. So that's why I'm like, what city and state are you in? Again, like I taught on the private Facebook group. If you're in the private Facebook group, I'm going to tell you again, you need to pull off a sheet, the top 100 banks in your city or state, which is really your state. Then ignore the first 10 and then go after those banks if you want bank accounts and you want business lines of credit, you want funding, period. Mentor Shelley, what's the minimum down payment we should have for a 100K house? It depends. If you do FHA, it's going to ask you for 3.5. That's going to be $3,500, but you also going to have to pay some closing. So if you want to do a commercial rental property, if you already own your first home, they're going to ask for 20% down. So that means what? 20 grand. If you don't have 20 grand, you know, you need to go lower in your investment. First day, there are 2 million condos on Peachtree. When they put all those comments, Will Melvin, Bank of Nunya. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I'm like, I've already had Michael Watts. I've already had identity theft when I first moved to Texas. So I'm very particular on what I share on this channel because, I mean, any of y'all can be anybody, right? And if I say enough stuff loosely enough, you could probably go find me out. So that's why I'm always telling y'all, like, what I'm doing doesn't really apply to y'all. And I know a lot of people on YouTube have this, like, we're in it together in the trenches, you know, fighting together. And really, I'm not. We're not in the trenches. We're not. I'm just telling you what I'm already doing, where I'm already applying. And I'm telling you this changes are already happening. So I'm trying to find a 50K house where my family is safe. I wouldn't mind if it was in the country as long as it's near a good city. Antonio Williams, it just depends. What city do you want to be in? You can always go to realtor.com and spread it out. Spread out the map 20 miles and you'll see those prices. Michael Watts, if you're shipping off to the military, Navy Federal, USAA, any of those will be good for you. Y'all, it's 100 of y'all here. Hit that like button. Hey, Julia Dixon's right. If you guys want the favorite private Facebook group, if you want more bank info, join the private Facebook group. We talk about a lot of stuff there. We're buying bootstraps to pull ourselves up. No. Michael Watts, I'm not saying it in a smart ass way. I'm just saying 90% of the time what I'm doing, we're on 2 different pages. So really just, if you just start with like, and I tell this to myself and to you guys, if you just start with the inventory of where you're at now, wherever you guys are at now, do the math. If you need to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, that's what you need to focus on, and that's it. If you need to start investing, you can invest. Literally, you can go on Robinhood app, put it on your phone, put $25 a week away. You can literally go on Lending Club, $25 a week away. If you haven't grabbed the Smartphone Millionaire book yet, grab that, Michael Watts. That's what I would recommend. Ben the Bartender. Everybody, you could just literally put the, if you put the links in for people to get into the Facebook group, it's $10 a month, because what we did is we just weeded out people who just want to go in there and kick tires and tell jokes and act silly. Everybody that's in that Facebook group is moving, taking action. There's 2 people who've already bought tax lien certificate liens in Alabama, and they're showing their properties now and they're getting ready to be rented out. There's a lot of positive going on in that group. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Kiyate. Facebook group is literally called Classy Climbers Accountability Group. Just got I think it's good. It depends on your age, because I think surgeries pop up, co-pays pop up all the time. Well, congratulations, Michael Watts. I think that'll be great. You know, my mom did 26 years. I posted a picture up on Instagram today. So yeah. Jamar said I'm in the group. Shit is real in there. Yeah, listen, here's the honest to truth. If you want to learn a ton of stuff, you can watch any of the old videos on this channel. You can grab the Smartphone Millionaire book, because I'm going to do the webinar for people who purchase the book. Just because I want to get it off here. I just want to get it off here. It's $10K a month. It's $10 a month, Michael Watts. I want to get it off here because I just feel like it's too public here. And with Skynet difficulties, I don't have a problem with that. So I'm going to do a Zoom webinar. We're going to talk about buying businesses. And then I'm going to do a different Zoom webinar talking about auctions again. So we can just get more in depth. So a lot of times what happens is, like, I'm talking about topics, but if you guys haven't purchased any of the classes, any of the tax lien course, or any of these things, like, I'm telling you something you don't even know. Like, we're not even all talking about the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, so when I was the other day, when I was like, yo, flip to the back of the book, I literally got like 40 sales because people were like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the back of the book. So yeah, Julia Dixon, the Grace Group. Like, there's even, the Facebook group has been so positive that we have a whole section that are doing Salesforce training together, study groups off to the side. So there's a lot going on there. But anyway, you guys, I got to get off here. This was just a recovery video of earlier's video, dying. Exactly. Been the bartender. I literally, when I saw I had 40 sales of the book yesterday, I was like, y'all didn't even know what I was talking about, man. But the book is called Smartphone Millionaire, how to invest in real estate, people, and businesses from the palm of your hand. And the thing of it is people really, if you don't know what we're talking about, if you're not even started with the basics, like, Jamar, Facebook group got too much going on. I know, you have to literally just take your time. Take your time, Jamar. But yeah, I'm serious, you guys. You got to get started somewhere. Watching me on this free stuff is great, but like, yeah, link for the book is always in the description, or you can go on Amazon.com and buy it. Smartphone Millionaire book. Anyway, I'm going to get off here. Thank you guys for coming tonight. I'm going to see if what O'Shea shows about today. Might sneak on there. May sneak on a couple other channels and comment tonight. But you guys have a great week. This is Erica, Classy Glam Blog, out.